Hi, I'm Samantha Douglas. I am doing an interview with Shannon Douglas, my sister. She is a current student at WCTC in the dental hygiene program, which is also what I'm going into, so I'm just going to be asking her about the program. So, in the program that you're in, how did you decide you wanted to go into the program?
Well, I never thought I would actually do a health field. Like that's probably the last thing I thought I would go into. I thought I'd do more like art or something. But it was actually a friend of mine knew a hygienist. I don't know if it was her hygienist or just one of her friends, and just was talking to me one day when I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and said that it was a good paying job and it was flexible and that I could do it. She was just kind of just like working me up that it was something that might be interesting to me, and I wanted to go to WCTC because we live so close and just wanted to stay at home and looked at the program, saw what it all entailed, and just kind of started. And I kind of did take a break from it and was going to do something else, and I ended up just did the prerequisites and still going. too
So,
late to back
how
out
many?
now.
Yeah, because you're already in the second semester.
I'm in the second year, first semester.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm in
first
my
semester.
third semester
Yeah.
of the actual program.
So there's 4 total
Yep.
semesters.
4 total semesters.
So
all full time. You have to do how the program's set up.
Yeah. So in the first semester, what kind of things do you do or start with?
You basically, the 3 classes are radiography, where you learn to take X-rays. You learn to place the films. You learn how to use the machines and the X-ray tubes, and learn about all of radiation. You learn very in depth actually about how that actual mechanism of taking the image works, which is pretty interesting. So that was a lab in class. Then there's also oral anatomy and physiology, which is a very in-depth anatomy class of the head and neck. You're going to learn about the teeth, the jaw. You're learning about every muscle in the face and neck and tongue muscles, throat muscles, just very intricate ways the muscles work and the nerves and the vessels and a lot more than anatomy than you would think for just teeth.
Anatomy is a lot less.
Oh yeah, that's just kind of a basic of everything. Yeah. But this is like very detailed. Because you have to know. And then there's also process 1, which you're doing a process each semester. So it's process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4. So that's going to be learning the instruments and learning more anatomy, more using like the clinic computer systems and just the way clinic works. And so and then that's when you're only practicing on each other. So you go live on a model, and then you go practice on each other, and you pass your instruments. And
so you have to pass them before you work on other people?
It's called going live. So you have this type it on, it's a model of teeth. So you have the instrument that you're working on. You go into this day of open skills, they call it. The instructor comes in, you process your instrument, and you talk about it the way you would do it. They look and they say, okay, you can go live. That just means you're safe enough to practice on each other, and then actually process out, like pass the instrument on a person, which is like your partner in the class.
Yeah. And then you can work on like actual patients after that? Or
you don't have patients until second semester.
Okay.
So first semester is just learning and practicing on each other. I think it's like the last clinic day of the semester, you actually have your first patient in, and it's called integration day. So you have a full like 8-hour day with one patient. You just kind of run through what the appointment's going to be like. You're almost like totally not ready for it because up until then you're just doing everything individually
and like
with your partner. But then that one day you're like, okay, this is the start and finish of how clinic's going to be, and it's a mess. But it didn't necessarily prepare us for, because we still didn't know what we were doing second semester with patients, but it's all learning.
What are some things that you learned in the beginning that ended up being harder than expected, like finding people or getting enough time to do things? Is that a lot of
that's
things
probably
you
the
struggle
hardest part of the program for everybody. Everyone is very on the same page with this about the program. It's something we are always talking about. It's the only thing we're mostly stressing about. I mean, the classes, as difficult and in depth as they are, they're
They're
doable. You have to take the time, you have to study a lot, and you have to know what you're doing, but finding the patience is probably the hardest, because it's not like you can just be like, oh, I have this group of people I can bring in. Like, the requirements are so specific, and you only have so many days, and you have so many instruments to process on very specific things, and everything has to like fit together perfectly for you to get through the semester.
And relying on them
to show up. There's so many people cancel, and you get graded on sitting there without a patient. Like, you can only have 8 hours a semester of downtime until you either have to go on a makeup day,
that's only
and
2
even
days.
pass a semester. If you run out of time with patient requirements, or if you run out of time with processing instruments, whether you fail an instrument reprocess, you don't have time, you can end up having to do an extra semester of patients.
So that's what happens if you fail anything? Like, if you fail a class, do you just keep going and retake that class, or do you have to stay back the whole time just to retake it?
If you pass everything but the class, it depends on what semester. Like, some semesters you can move into the next semester. It's kind of weird how it's set up. Some things you have to pass. Like, one person in my class didn't pass anatomy the first semester. He wasn't able to move on, even though he passed process 1. He didn't have to take the class, but he still had to do process 1 clinic with the class. He didn't get to move on with his class. He had to stay back, redo the anatomy with us, and then do his clinic.
So just behind, like, each semester, you keep going behind the more you fail stuff.
Yeah, and you actually only have 2 chances to fail. So either, if you fail requirements, if you fail a class the next semester, you get kicked out.
Well, if you fail a patient, or not fail, but if you, like, miss spots on a patient or don't do all the stuff right, is that considered a fail?
No, you won't fail process 3 because you failed the patient, as long as you have enough time to get that requirement redone. So if I needed this person that I passed everything on but failed his removal of deposits, then you have to get another patient in. He just doesn't count. I mean, you did the work, but it doesn't count, but you're not going to fail. I mean, you do get graded. It's called TallyVal, is the grade system we use. So you get graded on everything you do. You could be like, oh, sorry, I had a piece of tape here. You probably got some points off in there. There's very in-depth grading. You think they're just giving you a little side note, but you're getting graded on it. So it took a while to figure that out until I actually looked at the grade book. I was like, oh. But
little things
you won't fail the class. I mean, as long as you don't repeatedly do things like that. And it's weighted, so if someone had the same points off that day, then it's weighted out to where it's not as bad. So if you're late getting out of clinic that day and 2 other people are late getting out that day, it's probably not going to be graded too harshly against you. But yeah, pretty much if you fail, even if you fail an instrument, you get a chance to redo it until as long as you have enough time. Yeah. It's really all time, like with process. Classes, you have to retake them, but
I know this program at most schools, like a university, would be a 4-year program. So is that one of the main things that changes is how much time you get? Because obviously they would get 2 extra years to do all of the stuff that you're doing. I mean, so the time would be more spread out.
Probably.
Would make it easier.
Because the state is who regulates the requirements. And we are doing a 4-year program in 2 years at WCTC. That's why it's so
But if nothing can be condensed, it's all learning the same exact stuff and having to pass the same exact stuff.
You still have to do it. You still are all taking the same state exams. Yeah. Like, nothing is shortcutted by any means. You're overloaded in the 2nd, 3rd semester with work and clinic. But
which makes it feel like it's a lot harder, I'm sure, than people that can just, in the other schools that
I know it seems to be that, I mean, the requirements are the same, but I think the school regulates the way the requirements work almost. So, almost each instructor, because each instructor can kind of have a different opinion and give you one requirement over the other.
Or even just like grading classes differently. Because,
they're pretty equal, different, but
all of them work in like different offices and stuff, so all of them have different experience and more places than
some
just teaching.
Some of our clinic instructors aren't like instructors for classes at the school. Like, I have like probably 15 teachers if you think about it. Like, some of them are for class, a lot of them are just clinic instructors that are there to process you and help you.
So what kind of like things or to get people in? What kind of things do you do to get patients?
I mean, I did the first semester. I kind of just started with like Facebook. I kind of tried to get family and friends, and I actually posted on some group pages on Facebook to get kind of just random public people, and that worked. But you don't. It's almost hard to rely on people. It's hard to rely on people in general. It was just an easy way to contact people. Like if they were to respond, okay, you had like a way to get a hold of them, and that works sometimes, and that's still what I do a lot of the time. I just post to a lot of these group pages, and I know a lot of people do, but I actually this semester made these flyers, I made like a Google phone number. I think it's called some kind of Google phone number where it's not your phone number, but it comes to your phone, and you can text back and forth. You can use that number just so you're not giving your number publicly. So I actually made a few flyers, put them in a few bars and restaurants and clinics, and I think we actually put them in like a couple courthouses. So, just places where people are around.
Yeah.
And I post them at work, and even at school, I posted so many people actually contact me from school a lot, so that they could pull my number off. Little tabs, you can pull your number off, and I haven't had a whole lot of luck with that. I've had some responses, but as far as finding the harder patients, you have to really communicate with people and be like, okay, when's the last time you've been to the dentist?
Yeah,
you don't want to brush and floss your teeth, and sometimes I even ask people to send me pictures of their teeth.
Yeah, if you don't want to just
they
get
have to, but
random people, like every person, if you accept, then most of them would be like us that don't have a lot of stuff. You
can't just schedule random people. You have to very like be picky about who you see, and like I screen people. So you kind of, you're on your own. You set up your days in clinic the way you want. You can either see a patient, you can see a few patients, you can finish this and start this, or like I did the other day, I just set a whole day of screenings where I had people come in like every hour and just saw if they would be a requirement. Yeah. And I can kind of weed out those people, and if there's someone I needed, then I pretty much contact those people.
Is there any dentist offices around here that you know of that will refer people to WCTC?
Some do, and I should take my business cards and flyers around there. I do have business cards too that I made with like the clinic info, but I haven't like specifically asked a lot of places. I know we do rotations at Lake Area Free Clinic, Oconomowoc, and then Seton in Milwaukee, which that one, it's probably not going to bring people from Milwaukee area to here. It's far, and even when you start a patient there, they're not likely to come here.
Yeah.
But I know Lake Area said they did refer patients. I should actually bring my business cards there tomorrow because I'm going there tomorrow. Yeah. But if they had a patient that had an in-depth cleaning and they know us students need that, if the patient was willing or interested,
they'd rather send them to you.
Yeah, if their schedule's full, and it is because they're
free clinic.
Yeah, they're low income, and they know they have a lot of people on the list, and it probably takes a long time if you have to go in multiple times. It could be 6 months later that they even get their second part of their cleaning, and you go start over by then. I had a patient like that in Milwaukee where they just had half their mouth done in July, and I had to do it all again because I just had them in October or whatever 6 months was.
How much do people have to pay?
Actually, it wasn't even had to be 6 months because they were still on the same cleaning cycle. I don't know. Oh, for us in clinic, $20. So $20 full cleaning. You get a dental exam, X-rays taken, you get fluoride, a full cleaning. We have anesthetic, local anesthetic, topical anesthetic, and you get restorative exam with the dentist. So he does it in depth, tells you if you have decay or if you get teeth pulled or whatever.
And do you guys refer out to other offices
we don't always
that do that stuff, or do you just tell them?
We don't always give them a specific. We don't write down a specific. I'll write down a few as as their hygienist. I'll give them a few that I know of, but the clinic doesn't specifically say, "Oh, you should go here." Yeah. They just, we all kind of only have the same few in mind, like Marquette or Lake Area. But some clinics that are free don't do restoration work, like fillings and crowns or whatever. They just do cleanings. So I probably should look into more places that you can refer people to.
Yeah, just so they know where to go.
Yeah, and a lot of people that do come to us don't have insurance too, which is why they're interested in coming in. And we also do sealants, $1 or $2. Very good deal, but it is a long time. You go in for a lot of us to do an appointment is 3.5 hours and could be several. Usually up to 3, sometimes 4 maybe.
Yeah, but you got faster.
with the more extensive cleanings.
Yeah, depending on how much. If just like
a basic cleaning, like you would be one appointment.
Yeah. So you mentioned you go to like Lake area and the Seton in Milwaukee. Do you go to like a lot of different places other than the school to find, not just find patients, but do like in clinic work outside of like WCTC?
No, those are really the only ones they set up for us. And you don't go second semester. You start going in the summer if you want to. That's an optional class, and you pay for it, and you go and get a feel of the clinics, and everyone does it. It actually helped a lot because we were required to go this semester.
Yeah.
Next semester, they set up the days for you. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 total days altogether in the semester that you go to the externships, and then the patients are already scheduled by the clinic, so you don't really have any idea who you're going to get.
Yeah.
You just kind of hope that you get something you need.
Yeah.
But you don't have to finish the patient from the county. You just have to do subgingival removal. I'm trying with the gums. But what did you even ask? I'm just
if you go outside of like the school for like, because you mentioned you're going to like a jail.
The jail, yeah, that's next semester. That's I don't know if they do that every year, but that's just one day, and it's I think some of us are like during spring break even. We all are going by ourselves. The instructors don't go with us. We're all on a different day, so we just go down. It's optional, I think. I don't think you even have to, but it's a day that you could find a patient that probably you need.
Do you just find them, or do you actually are you doing it while you're cleaning their teeth while you're there? Or would
What do you mean find them? Oh,
do you just go to find someone at the jail?
No, I think the jail it's probably all very regulated.
Yeah.
I'm sure the school and the jail have a mutual day and
to do all
place that has to be set up in the jail for us to be able
to
use
take
the equipment
outside of the jail.
But it's definitely in the jail. Other than that, not really. I mean, you do volunteer work, and you might be able to hand your business cards out to people there. That's always a good opportunity, I guess. But as far as cleaning patients, it's only really Lake area, Seton, and then the one day. They do set up a couple job corps days for us where I don't remember exactly how it works, but they bring in people that I think are maybe newly working, where they don't have insurance, something where they're pre-screened and then they're given to us. So we have 2 days of that, and then they give us also a special needs day that they bring in a group of people
that's one of your
special needs patients are a requirement.
So after everything you've learned, and since you've been practicing a lot in the clinic and school, what do you think you're looking forward to most in being in an actual office after you graduate?
Probably
not having to find patients.
Not having to 100% not having to find your own patients. Having everything kind of just set up for you. Doing your own thing. Being your own you're responsible for yourself. You're doing your own work. You're on your own technically with what you're doing besides the dentist, but you're not having to get every little thing checked off before you can move on, how it is in school, which makes sense, but for how advanced you become in the clinic so quickly with patients, it's you just feel
kind of wasting time.
Just sit here, wait for my instructor to come. I mean, I get with removal and x-rays and everything, it still has to be prescribed by our dentist and everything, but it will be nice to just especially not have to find patients.
In there, you don't have an assistant, so you're doing all of the suctioning yourself. But in an office, you won't have to have.
Most of the time, you'll have an assistant. I don't know if every place does, because I feel even when I get my teeth cleaned, I've never, not that you can really see what's going on behind you.
Yeah, but usually there's, depending on how severe the teeth cleaning or how
if
bad it is,
in depth, if it's a scaling root planing or periodontal debridement, all those where you're doing very hard work. You need a high evacuation suction to literally suck up large hard deposits. You can't take those won't fit in the little suction. So you gotta, and those are hard to use by yourself because you do it sucks the cheeks and the tongue and
you're using
vacuuming their mouth and you're trying to do your work, and it does help, especially with the ultrasonic instrument that uses water. You're having someone that's keeping them comfortable and keeping the water out of their mouth.
while you're doing your own thing,
Yeah.
someone else is helping.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice with like radiographs. That's another thing that takes a lot of time out of our clinic is taking a full mouth series of 20 x-rays and then leaving your patient for maybe 10 minutes to go develop each x-ray. In a lot of clinics we go to, they're digital, so they're hooked up to the computer. Each one you take, you don't have to keep taking the film.
It just
you
shows
don't
up
have to go develop each film.
I've never had
Usually in
that
clinics
many.
you take bite wings and panoramics. We just practice full mouths a lot because
Some
might
offices don't
do
have
them. Might have to do them, but
panoramic.
yeah.
Which makes sense, but
I don't know. I hope you understand some of these things I just say,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you know what I'm even saying.
I do.
I'm so
That's the
used to
important part.
talking about it. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
explain it.
I mean, everything is just a long process put in a lot of short time. But like when you think at first, when you think about it, you're like, oh, I have all semester to do this, to find all these people. But as you're going, it seems like it takes a lot longer and a lot more work to find the people.
Fast.
Yeah.
And your days are just full. And
Mm-hmm.
some people are like, oh, you just clean people's teeth. It's like the schooling is insane. I think people don't know what we have to learn.
Paid a lot, which is
You're
nice,
learning about
getting
pathology, disease, and how special needs relates, how medications and drugs, how those work, and how they relate, and the metabolism and nutrition and everything that relates to your mouth that you wouldn't think about. I mean, everything you eat and everything you consume.
Yeah, you have
some
to learn all
medications,
about
and not just being in your mouth, but how your body, like how it affects your mouth and your whole body system. Like, I wonder how, like, sometimes you're like, oh, I feel like it was a week ago that we learned so much information, but it was like yesterday.
Yeah.
Because the day was so long of just
being
learning.
there all
You're not going over a topic and then going over it again. You're learning a new thing every, like, 3 seconds, and you're never going back to it.
Yeah, so you have to know it, and if you
pretty
don't,
much
then
have to just listen, and then you just have to go study on your own a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot. Because you have, how many classes do you have this semester?
5 classes, and then clinic twice a week.
So do you have classes, or is the clinic days just clinic, or do you ever have classes?
Yeah, it's just clinic. Tuesdays are clinic all day. We get in clinic around 7:30, and we get out of clinic around 5:30. So that's Tuesdays. You get the morning, you get a little break in the middle, and then an afternoon patient, and then Fridays is just the morning time. So you're out by like 12:30.
And then you have the rest of the days with the classes. I know you just did your midterm exams and stuff, so that you were studying a lot last week.
That was the worst week of our lives.
I bet. Yeah, that's a lot of
so much
studying.
work. Yeah, because it was nice. First semester was 3 classes. Last semester was, I think, 5 classes too, but one was online. And then I think 1 or 2 was only like half the semester. Which process 3 is only half the semester, so we literally just, since with midterms, we don't have to go to that class anymore.
That makes it better that you get like part of one class done with.
Yeah. Just being at school, going and spending hours.
So after this semester, you just have next semester, and then you take the boards exam. Right? Do you take it right away, or do you take it like that
usually
summer?
People try to take it right away. I think like the practice exams, which cost money too. I don't even know how much the exams are altogether, but I think it's around like at least $1,500, $2,000 or something. Because just the clinical exam is $1,000, and if you fail it, you have to do it again.
Yeah, you have to pay again.
That was scary.
Yeah,
you have to
do more pressure than just getting a good grade.
But I think people do well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a lot of studying. It's like almost like not even like we were just talking about that the other day. Like when all these things are, I'm like, I can't even like think about the rest of the semester.
I know,
like, because you never know. Like it's hard to like plan ahead when you're like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get my requirements done for this semester. You kind of have to like tell yourself, yes, I am.
At the same time, it's
so easy to not pass.
Yeah, it's just one person that you need not showing up someday that.
There's already a person in our class that has to do an extra semester, so she'll be graduating in
after the fall next year.
Yeah. As long as she has to pass. She can't fail another class. Yeah. She can't fail requirements.
For the whole semester, And this semester.
This semester or next semester or her last semester.
Yeah.
Squeaking.
But yeah, so I have this year just regular gen eds. You did the gen eds, obviously, way before. You had a couple extra than I had to do from high school, not transferring.
Semester, yeah.
But so I have
extra 2 semesters.
So I have all of next year, and then I petition. So then I'll be starting after next year, hopefully.
Well, you could get in this year.
Yeah, I'm retaking one of the classes just to get it.
You're gonna petition anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna petition anyway and then retake it if I don't get in. And then
I know it's hard to get in
petitioning again, but yeah, because the grades are so big in getting in right now that it's hard to get the A's in all the science classes.
I had a B in one of them. I thought I had A's in all of them, but I finally looked back at my grades and I'm like, oh, it was a B plus. But
yeah.
And my teachers were very helpful.
Yeah. You know, a lot of years
you have to have a good teacher to get a good grade. And
like this class, I really like the teacher, and I like the content is a lot easier in this class than like some of the lecture content and other ones that is more difficult to study. But
yeah, definitely
redoing that one.
It isn't all of them.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't even know what the hardest exams I've done. I actually thought pain management would be very hard because it has to do with all the nerves and how anesthetic works and how when it doesn't work and when you can't use it and all these things. There's so many things that I can't even I can't explain it. You'll find out.
Yeah, it makes me nervous to find.
I know it is.
To go through it, but
I mean honestly, when I tell my friends, like everyone in my class, because you stay with the same people throughout your 2 years, as long as everyone keeps going.
Yeah,
but. I'd tell them, oh yeah, my sister's doing it, and they're like, did you tell her not to? I'm like, yeah.
Every time I see the people in your class, they're like, why are you doing this? I'm like,
yeah, like it's not just me that's like, I'm not just complaining. It's very
stressful and a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's why I say I don't know if I would have done it if I knew what it was like. But
yeah, but now that you're through it, and when you're through it, you're going to be glad that,
nice,
yeah, like when you're actually in a clinic or in a office, like you're set in an office and you have a lot of good things in the office. When you stay in one office, you'll obviously get a lot of good like benefits and just for having a 2-year program, for not having to pay as much as you would at a 4-year college, getting paid that well in a job would be good. Which is why I'm doing it.
I mean, I think it'll be nice that I can help you with a lot of the little things that were just
new to you,
but that just were hard to get used to. So I think I can help you just with like instrumenting. I can start helping you with that. I mean, not that I can teach you and show you exactly the right ways, but you can just help you hold the instrument is one thing that just was hard. No one can do it.
Because you have to do everything different than just like how you think you would.
Pen, like it does not feel right at first. Everything is
because you have to do stuff specifically. Because you're getting graded on that as well. You're not just like, oh, I got it off. You have to be holding it right.
You have to be very safe. It's a medical field. You have to know.
Which is why you have to know so in depth stuff.
You're reliant. It's not like saying you're a good doctor, but it feels like that's what you are with how much we're learning. We're not learning about just how the teeth work and
how to clean off the tooth.
No. That's like the most minute part of what the program is. What the whole job is.
Yeah. But you're excited and you're almost
exciting.
Done. Yeah.
It's really fun when you know the stuff and you like feel like, oh my god, I'm so smart for how much I'm learning and doing.
It's cool actually practicing it. I'm sure
it's great. You're actually when you recognize something, you have a patient, you learn something. Oh wow, I know what this is, or I know why this person has this.
Yeah. And seeing things you didn't think you would before, like people with extra teeth and
one guy
all the crazy
guy had 10 extra teeth. 10. It's like, how do those fit?
Even be in your mouth?
Well, some of them weren't even erupted. They were like down here sideways, and some of them were like all like staggered all up here. I was like, oh my god. I'd ask him, I was like, did you know you had extra teeth? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you have a lot of extra teeth. It's normal to have maybe 1 or 2 extra teeth.
But not 10. That's like half your
mouth. They were all like premolars.
Jeez. Yeah.
I have pictures of it.
I think you showed me those ones.
You have the x-rays and then the intraoral images. And you can have stuff like that. You just can't have names on stuff. So if you ever want to, like, document things, you just can't have people's names. it's a HIPAA
Yeah.
violation.
Be interesting to learn all that and see how everything goes.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
I know, that's why I still want to do it, even though, like, how
lesions.
scary it sounds.
Some of the pictures you see in class were like,
yeah, you showed me some, and I'm like, that can grow in your mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, some of it's sad. It's like some of it's like
Yeah.
genetic, or some of it's
People just
disease
can't pay
or
for it.
hereditary,
Yeah.
or because of medications or whatever. There's so many things that happen to people
Mhm.
that affect, just even if it's like just by your mouth over here. It's like, hey, we have to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know what it is. And half the time we ask the teacher, oh, do you actually see this? She's like, you probably will never see this.
But you still have to know
learn
it. Yeah.
You have to learn about the cancers and
Yeah.
the ones that are, non-cancerous. And that's what we're learning right now, actually.
Yeah.
You have to learn how disease works. You have to learn how your body works. Like
Yeah.
your immune
it's not-
system and your inflammatory system, and how
Because a lot of
each
that is
cell-
around your mouth.
You get to learn about the cells of each of those and how those work to make this process work to just why your tooth is infected,
Yeah. a lot
and
goes
how
into
to
it.
reverse it, what can be reversed. It's a lot of science. It's
Yeah.
very, very, like, that's why you're taking the anatomy,
Yeah.
biochemistry, microbiology. Those are,
The-
and you start seeing those come into play, like with nutrition and pharmacology.
Yeah, like when people are like,
And
how is this
oral
even going to go
anatomy.
into it? But it's like these little things that you're learning. These are just like the
Those are very
basics of it. And then you're going to be going into it. So like you have to know it then so you can figure out how to
Mhm.
add stuff to it and go even more in depth. But yeah, that's the reason I'm still excited to do it, because it sounds like just being like in an office and stuff and like doing that as a job. I like
Mhm.
to pick
It
pick
is-
at stuff.
Yeah, it's
And
one of those things
so-
where it's so satisfying when you're instrumenting someone and like they're unhealthy and there's disease and
You get it all off and it's
and
clean.
you
after.
clean it for them and it looks so good,
Mhm.
and then they come back and you're finishing them and you're like, wow, you see how much your body heals so quickly once that bacteria is gone. And it's not what you expect.
Mhm.
Like, when you start going to clean someone's mouth, it's not what you expect. And
Yeah.
people wonder why you want to do it, but like, you're helping people.
Mhm.
You get to pick at things.
Yeah.
You get to see it come off. You get to feel it come off.
Yeah.
You get to see how good it looks when it's healthy, and it's satisfying. It's just even watching when we like get to like
Yeah.
if we do assist
Like
each
seeing
other. Some
stuff
days if we don't
come
have a
off,
patient,
like-
we get to watch. Like, oh, you never get to see someone else doing it because we're
Yeah.
always doing it. It's like
It's interesting, and it's something
it
just
looks
like
so good.
yeah, and it's just something that's
It's very hard work too. It's like your
Yeah.
hands can get so tired, and
you're like gripping something for so long trying to get stuff
Mhm.
off. Or
yeah, those things don't want to come off.
Mm-mm.
they're living there probably for a long time,
It's gross.
years, sometimes.
Yeah, that's what those people are in there for. Is
Mhm.
getting
It's
When
very
they've
good.
never
And
gotten
especially when you do
cleanings
good at it,
before.
like you get a patient and you remove all of this and all this deposit, and you go to get you're so nervous. You're like, oh my god, I gotta sign up for my scale check because you gotta pass the removal, and then you're like, oh wow, oh my gosh, you got it all off, or even just detecting it, feeling that it's there under the, because you just feel there's so much of this you have to
you
feel.
can't even see.
You can't see
Yeah.
under the gum tissues. Someone could have these pockets of like 8 millimeters. You have no idea what it looks like down there.
Mhm.
I mean, besides the X-rays, which
Yeah.
you're supposed to look at, but you're feeling, and
Mhm.
if you actually feel it right and actually remove it right, and for the instructor to tell you you're doing good and
Yeah,
passing on it, it's like
you
oh, I
just see
feel I
yourself
know
like
what I'm
learn
doing,
so
and
much more from
Yeah.
the beginning.
from
you
going
already
to
have.
having no idea what you're doing
Mhm.
to
Yeah, like
being
in the
able to do
beginning,
it
you were
yourself.
so more stressed about that stuff, and now you're like,
oh yeah,
You're
it's
so
funny
used to that
talking to the
stuff
first
now.
year students.
Yeah,
like, oh
so-
my god, we're learning how to use the probe. Like,
don't even
you
worry
are
about
just
that
not
now.
you're not even.
Yeah, compared to how
That'll be the
far
least of
you
your
guys are.
worries pretty soon.
Yeah.
Crying because you passed or failed an instrument. You'll be crying when 4 patients in a row don't show up, and you only got a few days left to clinic.
Yeah, that's the scary part, is relying
And
on other
cry
people just
because-
because so other people are just so unreliable. They don't have any reason other than themselves wanting to
Yeah,
get their
people
teeth
are afraid of
cleaned.
the dentist.
Yeah.
People are.
That's part. Some of
you
them,
learn
that's why
about
they
the
don't go.
psychological fears and anxiety that people have with the dentist. It's whether they are doing it on purpose or not. You
Mhm.
have to just, and tell people that. They seem like, oh, may not come in. Just
Mhm.
be like, it's a really good thing. Like, you're really helping me out because I need these
You're helping
patients,
them
and
out.
just want to make sure you make the commitment. It's really like extensive. It's a great cleaning you're getting, and it's $20. Like, you're gonna be spending literally thousands to get that treatment at an office,
even like
without insurance.
Just like seeing what you guys do, like compared to like a regular office. Like my office doesn't even like go that in depth. Like
Florida's not provided in offices, even with insurance. We still have to
pay like $30, and that's more than just the cleaning that you're getting there. Is
free.
Yeah.
And the people that are like, no, I don't want fluoride because they don't want
it's free.
Fluoride. I'm like, you need the fluoride. You should get the fluoride. You're not going to have any health side effects from a little bit of fluoride on your teeth. You're not going to swallow 10 packets of fluoride.
You're going to have more health problems from them not going to the dentist than getting some fluoride once. But
yeah, it's offered and it's free, and I would do it if I was them. So I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't have knowledge about it and think it was for a good reason.
Yeah. All dentists, you wouldn't recommend getting stuff done if you don't think that they need it.
And you hope that you're going to work for a dentist that way.
Yeah. It's not just getting people to do stuff. Like,
and they say
experiences I've had that they just do stuff to get money, and it's not fair because it's not fun getting root canals for no reason.
Yeah, for you. I want to see your x-rays. I'm going to ask him for your x-rays.
Yeah.
See what your tooth looked like before you got that root canal.
Yeah. And after, because apparently you did something
wrong. You need a root canal.
It should feel worse than no pain before I needed it, but you have to find a good office to be in.
That's
see you.
What they say too, is that you get to they teach you how to do an interview and what to say and what not to say and how to prepare. And so they say like there's so many opportunities for us as hygienists right now, and there's becoming more and more. Like you can work in your own office.
Yeah, you
can't do specific things without a dentist there, but you can do a lot of things without a dentist there. You can work out of like my one of my instructors actually bought a ton of stuff. I can't imagine how much
money
a
full
it was.
dental room.
Basically, it's all portable. She goes to like nursing homes and goes and cleans their teeth.
That's a good.
So there's so many things you can work in. So many different types of offices.
It's like more flexible than it used to be.
Or children. And so it's like, and they say, pick wise too. Yeah, you want to be picked for the job, but ask questions too. Ask how their office works.
Yeah, you don't want to get stuck somewhere that's not something that you.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like get the job and then like quit or get fired or something because you didn't like it. You gotta find a place that works. A lot of the hygienists I know, all our instructors, they work at several offices. They work a part time here.
That's what I
talked to. There, they work at the school.
And I talked to my hygienist about that. She said that a lot of people do multiple part times, just like around different places. It's hard
because I know with especially part time, you're probably not going to get any health benefits. Yeah, you're not going to get coverage, but you'll get.
I mean, if you find a good office
free dental and
if you find a good office that wants full time people, then
it is hard. It's hard to do full time. Yeah, there's so many ergonomic with your back and neck and hands.
You have to have a lot of.
You have to be so. To work so perfectly, and that's why everything is so specialized, because so many hygienists have problems. And working full time, they don't even recommend it. That's what they say. But if you're doing it right, which half the time I find myself
maybe if you work full time, they'll have good benefits
like,
where you can
like
go
this when you're supposed to turn and make your patient turn, and
but you want to see stuff.
When you're trying to finish, you just are like, I've got my patient sat here for 3 hours already. I'm going to keep telling you what I should.
Yeah.
Those little things. It's like there's so many surgeries that people have to get because of that.
Yeah, to just try to do more preventative things like before. Don't just keep doing stuff that's hurting you. Then
and the loops, the glasses, which are
expensive.
Very expensive, and mine are not made right. I'm getting them fixed. Those help you sit up straight.
Yeah, but even then, you still probably find yourself like moving around.
They're supposed to go out of focus when you move wrong, but I don't feel like mine do. I don't know if it's because my eyesight's good that it's not enough to bother me.
Yeah,
when they go
mine probably would be. But need to get special ones for glasses, but
I think it's more with like leaning inwards. Yeah. You could still lean this way,
like sideways, but that you don't want to like get too close to their face.
I think it's more with
touching
this.
Them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes I'm like over my patient, like
sorry,
their face is here, and I'm like
trying to see stuff.
I don't know. You just learn different things.
Yeah. I'm excited to get started. Just here, because a lot of people that I talk to that are also going to the program, they're like at the same stage I am. They just have no idea what they're going into, and I just like start telling. Yeah, I like start to tell them, and they're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like,
even just talking to the first years, you make them all nervous. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make you nervous. Like, you're already in it."
Like, don't say anything else. I'm already nervous. I'm like, so but there's nothing I can do.
It's draining. You just don't. You're not going to have a life, especially if you're going to work.
Yeah.
You probably don't even have to work as much because, I mean, you don't have a lot of bills to pay. Like, you don't have a car to pay right now. As long as everything stays okay for you. Hopefully, you have good luck for the next couple of years.
Now,
they don't even recommend working. Like, that's one of the first things they told us is like, this program is not a program you should work in.
Because some people go through it with like kids and like full like life.
They're not working.
Adults. Yeah,
like between us, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of us that work and you have to. They don't recommend it, but you don't have a choice.
They told me I can't.
There's us that work, and then there's these that have kids that don't work. Their husbands work. I don't think there's anybody in my class that works and has kids.
Yeah, that'd be too much of a struggle. You kind of have to take the break of the 2 years to just get this done and not work.
It's not like it's just like this laid out set of classes. No. You have added like clinic meetings and SADA meetings, stuff that goes like club meetings, and volunteer hours are specific every semester.
And actually finding people and making sure your schedule is set, spending a whole schedule and studying,
doing other homework. It's just this,
At least your job, I work 50. You get some downtime that you can do a little bit of stuff at least.
Exactly. I'm lucky. If I didn't work there, I probably wouldn't be able to.
Because I know some people, they get a 10-minute break on their job and all they get to do is like eat.
I would just be up later and spend more time on weekends, which I would have time, I guess. There's time to do the schoolwork and everything. It's just
nice not having to.
It would be
do the extra.
Very less stressful if you didn't have anything extra to do besides this program.
Yeah. Will try to save money around this next year so I don't have to work as much.
Yeah,
and not build up any bills. I'll stay at home.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this is living at home.
And we live so close.
In my class, even people older than me, it's like okay, I'm 23, and it's like a girl in my class is like 25 or something. But you know, if you have a home where they let you stay home, a good place to be. Move out. Why would I go move out by myself?
Yeah, I have like an extra $1,000
live with people
a month. Yeah.
I don't need to go anywhere. No. I can't afford to, even if I wanted to.
Exactly. So. Might as well just wait until those 2 years. 2 years. It's a long, hard 2 years, but once those 2 years are done, you'll be.
I think they say it's like a $20,000 program altogether. I don't know if that includes the prerequisites, but
most other schools it's $25,000 a year,
so it's affordable.
And
it's an expensive technical program.
Yeah, but it's a technical program. You're at a technical college, so you're getting a lot for your money.
This school is very good. I really, really like the instructors I've had, especially in the hygiene program. Some of them can be very picky, but they're there to. You can tell they're there to help you. They want you to do good.
Like they wouldn't be.
A lot of people from WCTC do well on the exams because of it, and just in general.
Yeah,
people would probably rather hire. Even when I went to the dentist, my hygienist was graduated from MATC.
Yeah. Not
to talk down on them, but it was just funny because the dentist, she was literally cleaning my teeth, and he comes in and says, like we were talking about it, that I was in the program. Oh, WCTC is so much better. She's like cleaning my teeth. I was like,
yeah,
funny. I know.
Yeah,
it is.
That's what everyone says.
But it's a better school, and it's I think it's harder.
You're getting a better education though through it. You're not just learning it because you have to learn it. You're actually knowing it. You're just teaching.
It'll be worth it, I think, in the long run if we get through it.
Yeah,
I think the hard work will be
worth it. Because when you're in an office, you're not doing all that extra hard work.
Yeah, and so I'm obviously meant to do this if I'm putting up with it.
Yeah,
so
a lot of people think of it is once they get through it. That's the hard part. Thanks for your talk for hours. Yeah, I know.
I probably have talked more than you wanted me to.
But I don't care. It's a lot of information. I need to know it.
Yeah. I know. I was like, interview me. I was like, I don't even know what to expect the questions you ask, but I definitely have an answer.
Even without a lot of questions, just talking about it keeps leading into new things that
I mean, a lot of people don't know about how the program is, and if someone's interested, this is a good video.
I'm glad
you
that
put this on YouTube.
I know.
You're interested in hygiene school.
I am. That's how I'm uploading
What
it to
is.
YouTube.
You are?
Yeah. But I can delete
I
it
know
after.
people even look at it.
But
It's probably too long. Who wants to listen?
But I'm glad I know some of it going into it. Like, if I didn't know anything about it, like, I feel like I would just be, like, blindsided by it and be
I
like,
was.
what? I know.
None
Like,
of
you were
us
like,
were
I did not
expecting
expect this. But, like, I can kind of expect to know, like, this is not going to just be, like,
It's not just
program.
a get
It's gonna
by
be- no.
program for.
oh, it's a hard program. And I'm
Mhm.
glad I know, even though it scares me hearing a lot of the stuff.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'd rather
You'll be
know
okay.
it. Yeah, I'd just rather know some of the stuff going into it than be
Like
just
I said,
completely
I'll be
like,
here. I'll always
Mhm.
help you. I'm gonna. Whenever you're about to go in, whenever that is,
Mm-hmm.
we'll spend
Ready
about
now.
the whole summer doing as much as I can
Yeah,
teach you. Just little things, like I said,
Mhm.
like how the computer works. you know,
yeah.
how
Just knowing how to
hold
do
the
stuff.
instruments. What each I can even show you what each instrument is, because that takes a long time to just look at them and be like, what's
Yeah,
the
which
difference
one
in
it
them?
is.
Because when you don't know them, they look the same. But now that you know them, you're like,
Yeah,
you could pick up any instrument and know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Each one does something different.
that'd be helpful with all those like just the little basic things that like you start in the beginning. If you
Mhm.
just like knew them a little bit, it would make it easier going
Mhm.
in. But
Those things you have to just learn on your own, and sometimes you only learn it because you did it wrong. And it'd be nice to teach you how to do it right,
Right
so that
first,
you
I
can
don't
learn
have
other, pay attention to other things that
Yeah,
you
that
need to
maybe
work on,
is-
that you didn't have to waste time failing and
Mhm.
redoing. Or just not
Yeah.
knowing. 'Cause so much of it, I mean, although they teach you so much, there's so much that you weren't taught how to do. You have to just
Learn
figure
it
it out.
when you're
You
in
just-
there.
Yeah, you just have to
do
figure
it wrong,
out.
not do it, and then realize that you needed to do it.
It's safe, you're always doing safe practice either way.
Mm-hmm.
They make sure of that. But
Yeah,
there's something totally new and different. That
you're learning. The
it's
whole
a,
point
it's
is
a physical
that's the time.
skill.
That's the time to learn stuff, not be so
You
worried
have to
about.
be very confident and very knowledgeable yourself too.
Mhm.
You have to educate your patients.
Yeah,
Your instructor's not sitting there with you the entire
Yeah.
appointment telling you what
What
you're
to do.
doing or what they should know. You are the one that's giving every
charge.
information, and you're doing the removal.
they're just there when you need it to be checked and stuff. But
You know, I feel like, especially this semester, I've given my patients so much information. When they ask little questions like,
Mhm.
"Oh, should I use this product, or how does this work?" Or, what do you recommend? And it's like
Yeah.
nice to know like what to recommend and
Yeah.
like how to explain it to them, and they actually like end up thanking you because they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Wow, I'm surprised you know so much." And it's like,
Yeah. you don't want to just
Yeah,
like
I
not
guess
know
I
it.
do.
Yeah, it would be nice to like just be able to tell people exactly what they
Mhm.
want to know and like
yeah,
be
and you know
knowledgeable
how
about-
to tell them what
knowledgeable
not to
about it.
use. With people are like, "Oh, I've heard of this charcoal stuff. Like, should I use that?"
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Mhm.
you're gonna scrape off
I know
your
because they,
teeth.
they see so many things like online, like oh, this is a new product
Right.
that works so well, but it's like
And I said, if you
lot of
honestly want to
people just
try
don't
it,
know.
and I give like my honest opinion, whether it's 100% right or wrong, I just say this is what I know about it. This is what I've learned and studied. Like, if you want to try something, try it. But if
Mhm.
it's something that you don't know a lot about, like research it.
Mhm.
Don't
Or
just
ask your
don't just
hygienist,
look at a
ask
video
someone.
and be like, "Oh, I want this product because people are
Mhm.
using it." Like, yeah, or ask your hygienist because they're gonna know.
yeah,
Like, you don't want to use like
not everything is
abrasive
safe to use.
materials on your teeth every day. If you really have heavy stain and you want to try that charcoal or abrasive, whitening toothpaste, like do it once in a while.
Yeah, but people
Just
that
to
do
remove
it
that
so
stain.
much.
And once you see the stain's gone, you don't need to use it. You're gonna scratch your enamel off.
Yeah, people don't
You're gonna
realize
have
that there's
high
just
risk of
that
getting
there's little
decay
things
and
that
sensitivity and.
Mhm. They just don't think that all that little
a
little
good
things,
idea.
just eating certain things like wear off stuff that makes other things more susceptible, like getting like cavities, and
Yeah, like acid,
Everything, yeah.
sugar, those things that
they just don't think that drinking 5 Cokes a day will do anything, but it does.
Mhm. It's not even just
Yeah.
like, oh, sugar decays your teeth. It's like,
Yeah.
no, the sugar you put in your mouth is acidic, which the bacteria like, the bacteria eat, and then their waste products are acidic, and that's what, that acidic environment decays your teeth. It demineralizes the constant if your pH is below neutral in your mouth, you're constantly having demineralization of your teeth until you remineralize it. So if you're drinking soda, you should be drinking like water.
To rinse it down.
Not common that people are going to take a drink of soda and water, but
Yeah,
they say like drink your soda. Don't sip on it all day. Don't sip on your coffee all day.
Yeah.
Be drinking water at least in between if you do. But
there's so many little things that people
I
don't
could
know.
go on and just teach. I could just have a class of like
Shannon's class of dental hygiene. What to do. So that's pretty much you do for me. You tell me everything that I need to know.
More and more people that know I'm in this program, and it's kind of cool that people come to you now and they're asking you what you think. And I know sometimes teeth is the last thing people think about, but when you do have a question, it's nice to know how to answer it for them and be educated and
even for
in
yourself.
The health field, I like that I'm in. I like science and I like health and body and how things work because it's very
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to know like how stuff works when most people don't.
Most people don't.
Like I don't know anything compared to you.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of it you learn and you try to remember, and you're learning so much new stuff that you try not to forget all of this other stuff.
You want to be able to like apply
it's almost like the more relevant stuff that you learn, that stuff sticks. Like you're like, oh yeah, I do remember that because
you're applying
this is really happening.
Yeah. When you apply it to like the patient.
Just like you seriously like these instructors that are teaching you in this clinic or in this program are so like inspirational because they know it. Like they're not just remembering it and teaching it. Like they know how it works and they love to tell you how it works.
Yeah.
And
that's what it's more exciting.
Like, oh, I wish I knew as much as like all these instructors combined because
they have so much stuff and knowledge about it. But
so I try to be better. I know I'm not probably the best student when it comes to that, but you're just trying to get by at the same time. But you want to be good at what you're doing. You don't want to just be like, oh, I'm just getting by. But
to take the test, you want to actually be able to know it.
Because you're taking care of a person. You're very responsible and legally too for these people.
But you have to know all the stuff.
The ethics and the laws.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. You have to make sure everyone signs stuff, and knows what they're doing before they do it, so you're not getting in trouble for doing stuff that you're supposed to.
A lot of documenting, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
If you're going to do anything in the clinic, that's why they teach us so hard and annoyingly in the program to document every little thing.
Yeah.
But
it'll be good later.
So that you do it, so that you know how to do it, and
if
they remember to do it.
If they didn't make you, you wouldn't do it, and then when you're in your real job, you wouldn't do it.
This person didn't tell me that I had this mole that they said my hygienist should have told me about this lesion in my mouth. So that's why we have to know and tell the patient, did you know you have this? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
And document it. Okay, patient knew they had this, didn't know what it was, explain what it looks like, feels like.
Yeah. Just for you, even if nothing happens from it, just so you had it in case.
Explain that you told them a place to go get it looked at.
Yeah.
You're not just there to just
clean teeth.
Yeah, you're not just there to just get your job done. You're there to help them. And that's why you have so much instruction. You have to every patient we have to tell them what's wrong with their teeth, how it happened, what they can do to fix it.
Yeah. Which is the point, because otherwise they would just go in and get their teeth cleaned and not know why they're getting cavities, not know why stuff. Like
I like having a patient that comes back and their mouth's like so much better. And I like picking on all the people I know and asking them if they're flossing all the time.
Hey, do you floss?
I know. Every time my cousin posts one of those questions on Instagram, ask me a question. I said, have you been flossing? I just laughed to myself. I asked Stephanie all the time, like, have you been flossing? And when she was in, I'm like, oh, this is why you have this, and guess why this is happening. And every response she knew how to say, because I don't floss.
Because I don't floss.
I asked her so many questions. Oh, you know why this is happening? Because I don't floss.
I know people think that, I don't floss, it's fine. Like, every once in a while, but it's actually it helps.
Yeah, as long as you floss, I mean, you want to tell people to floss every day. As long as you floss a couple times a week, if not, at least once a week.
A good Listerine.
Do not wait more than 13 days to floss, because that's when bacteria and plaque hardens, and you can't get it off anymore. And that's more hazardous. So
can you imagine not flossing in 13 days?
Yeah.
I floss often.
More than
'cause
that.
I feel like it's gross.
Be that the maximum.
Yeah.
At least 10 days. But there are people that
Just
don't even
learning the
brush. There are
stuff
people
that
that are
you
like, oh, I don't brush. I brush my teeth once every 2 weeks and I floss maybe
brush
twice a
them
month.
teeth every 2 weeks.
Brush them teeth.
Brush their teeth every 2 weeks.
They brush their
That's
teeth
disgusting.
once every 2 weeks.
I feel
There's
nasty
things
if
that
I
when you
don't
see
brush
these
them
patients
twice a
that come
day.
in that you will never expect that you've ever seen in your life.
I know.
You don't even know that these things are real until they
The
come
pictures you sent me, I was like, that can grow. That can be in your
It's
mouth
online.
regularly.
Yeah,
Like,
people just have it there, and some people are.
we just never
Don't
have been
know.
around people with that bad of
Yeah,
teeth,
it is,
so
they
I guess
didn't- they weren't educated about it. They didn't know.
they didn't have the opportunity to go get their teeth cleaned. I mean, like people, they
And some
can't
people
they
build
can't
up more than
spend that
others
much money
and
on it
just-
every 6 months to get a cleaning, and
But
now
thing
there's
is,
places that
home
are
care
available. Yeah,
is the biggest.
that's what I've learned.
We can do
with
things
you.
short term, but the long term is making sure patients understand the home care and how important that is.
Even just since you've been in the program, like the good toothbrush you got me, the spinny one, and
Electric toothbrush.
yeah, the spinny one, and just knowing to floss more and knowing like what angles you told me, like you have to do different angles on your teeth, and
Yes, and get every spot.
Yeah.
You gotta brush every spot of your teeth.
Mhm.
You gotta floss in between them.
just learning that stuff. Like, I mean, 'cause I haven't gone in so long because I didn't know if you needed me, so
No,
I
was
didn't
hoping that
go
you
in a
weren't
while.
waiting for that reason.
But then once you kept telling me that you weren't gonna need me, you know, me too. But I've been doing a lot better, like home care than I used to. Like I used to just with a regular toothbrush, brush twice or maybe.
You always have school.
I know, right when you need it, I have this class.
But let's see, what is it? November almost? Let's see, like end of October. Like, could probably come in before the end of my semester next semester if I need someone to.
Yeah.
That's why you do it. I mean, you've been in there when I screened
Yeah,
you. It's
I
kind
was in
of be cool for you to. And I think you could always try if you get in the program or if you get an alternate position or whatever. You get to screen either us or the first years by then.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool if you
We
could
can screen you.
I mean, not screen. I'm sorry.
Oh. Shadow.
Shadow. That's what I
I was gonna say screen.
No, you don't get to. You do not get to go near the patients before you're in the program.
Shannon, open your mouth.
God, you not know what you're doing.
Poke
Not
around
being
in there.
screened in this. Yeah.
It's okay. I
Shadow.
cleaned my dog's teeth.
Oh my God.
I know what I'm doing. I clean
Yeah.
the dog's teeth all the time. But, yeah, I'm excited, scared, but I think I'll be able to get through it.
It's doable. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's not always on you. Like, yeah, you can do it, but
That's the
sometimes
whole point.
the fact that you rely on other
That's
people.
just what I'm
the
nervous
patients,
for
it's
because
not
people
fair.
are just not
It's not
reliable.
fair if they don't show up.
Yeah.
You're getting penalized. For
And
it.
just finding the people, like, I mean, in Pewaukee area, like when
It's
I'm
luck.
there, I'll be in Waukesha, but
It's
yeah,
just
in
luck.
the
People
Pewaukee
fall
area,
into your
what kind of people,
hands.
there's no people I've even seen around this area that have
Some of them,
bad
honestly, you don't. Some of them you can't even tell.
seen it. Yeah.
Some of it's. I mean, when you're smiling, how much of the gums do you see?
Yeah.
How much in between
Behind
the teeth
your
do you
teeth,
see?
you don't see
and
anything.
yeah, there's so much that can be there that you don't see,
Mhm.
to where they don't always look like.
Yeah.
I mean, the really bad ones, yeah, you can tell, but some of them. I mean,
Yeah.
Like, I look at people's pictures too, and I go on Facebook. If they
Yeah.
like respond, I try to go look at their teeth, and it's like sometimes it's like, oh, they look like they have good teeth, and they come in, and you're
And
like,
they-
oh, this is one of my hard
Yeah,
patients
that
that I
happened
needed.
to you last
Yeah,
weeks
and even
ago.
I was gonna say this semester,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of our aunts came in. I mean, a couple of our aunts, they were like our medium patients, and you would never
Yeah.
think that, but
Get a lot of family members.
people don't floss. There's a lot
Mhm.
more there than you can see.
Yeah.
It's all under the gums, all in between the
Yeah.
teeth.
Gross stuff.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's stuck.
Yeah, you don't think of like
Can't get
stuff
off
being
at
stuck
home.
on. Yeah.
Unless you can't.
Unless
You
you're
shouldn't
using
do
it
it.
a
You
lot.
shouldn't do it at home.
Like-
It's not safe at all. I have no idea.
I'll be excited, and I'm glad I learned a lot of stuff from you. Just like your experiences, I can learn from those, but there's not much I can do about the patients. But I can, even people you've had, I can maybe contact them and our family.
And people want to get back in. A lot of my patients, they ask me, like, so how do I get an appointment in 6 months? I say, well, I'll be here hopefully only one more semester. And I tell them too, I'm like, my sister's going in the program. I save all my patients' information. And I say, if you want, I always ask them. I don't just give their information over. But I say, if you want, like, I can put you on my sister's list. She's going to be needing patients too. And it's reliable people that, you know, they showed up for me. They're likely going to show up for you.
That's what's...
It's the patients that don't show up, no show.
You've learned, like, from just last semester, people not showing up, now you confirm with them, and, like, the day before, confirm that they remember and that they are coming.
And if they're not responding, even if
then you're just going to find someone else. You just have someone ready, like mom coming in, because the people just stopped answering the night before.
And then you're rushing, then you just have stress.
And that's what the most
patient tomorrow.
That's what it seems like you're most stressed about most of the time is, oh, my patients, they're not answering, or they respond once saying they're interested and then never respond after
They give me their information, and then we set up a time and appointment, and then when it comes to coming in, they're just nowhere to be found. I'm like, you know, I get the anxiety thing. People could show up and just go home because they're scared. Or, you know, think about that, but they also aren't thinking about how much you need them. So that's something you want to try to, like,
at first
I don't try to make them feel bad, like, that you have to come in now, but it's like,
now you kind of mention that. I need you.
I really want to make sure you're committed. This is important that you show up for my grade. And a lot of people will tell you whether or not. And then if they don't respond to that, then you're like, okay, I'm just going to assume you're not interested and I'm not going to bother you. Or just ask them to let you know. Like, if you're not interested anymore, I will not keep asking you.
Just let me know so I can find someone else. So
you're
not
you're surprised with how many people just can't just let you know.
I know, that's what's
just stop leaving me hanging here.
Because
if you want to come in or not.
Yeah, if they would answer you and tell you 2 days before, that would give you 2 whole days instead of 5 hours the day before to find a new person or check, because how many people can just come in last minute?
Oh, I forgot that I have an appointment. Like, what?
This is your appointment.
What? Yeah, like, well, you made an appointment already. Oh, I forgot my daughter has this today. How did you forget that? You just don't. I mean, you have to believe some things, but you don't believe most of it when it happens all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to keep believing the same thing happening.
And then you just, bye, take them off your list. You're not gonna try. Sometimes if you really are desperate, you're like, so I don't have a patient again. You want to come? Sometimes, sometimes it is real life situations that come up, and they
with any appointment,
do
you
come
have to
another
cancel
time,
stuff, but
you have to pick and choose who you.
Just making sure they know that it is important to you.
And just having a patient there, it's like, even if you don't need them, it's like, keep
better than
from
having
getting downtime grading. You can only have so many hours. A lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I said I could go on all day. Your teacher's probably not even going to watch all day. How long have we been talking?
I don't know. He'll see that it's been almost an hour.
Sam! You can probably cut it off if you want to.
I'll say you can play it in double speed if you really want to listen to it. But, thanks for talking about it.
Something you're interested in. At least you're just not blowing this project
I'm not just grabbing some random person to talk to. Like, right away, I knew it was like, well, this is something I'm interested in, and I know you can talk a lot about it. It's a good one.
No, everyone's like, oh yeah.
At first I was like, 15 to 30 minutes, that's a lot. But
well, when I used you for my nutritional counseling, like, we had plenty to talk about, especially because I was mostly talking.
But there's a lot to talk about with this stuff. There's just so many little things that go into it. It's not just little
be asking. These questions are good.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I thought into what you asked.
You gave a lot of good information that gave me more than I knew even before.
Really?
But
about the classes, I guess. And then 4th semester, you only have 2 classes, so it'll be nice. You're pretty much studying. You're pretty much studying for boards exams that whole semester.
That's probably why they give you less that time, more than the first part.
You're getting ready to get a job, and you're interviewing, practicing exams.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot more added up, but
comprehend how much I'm going to have to study soon.
Just gotta make sure you have everything like ready and saved so you can relook at stuff.
everything. And I'm going to buy the board's exam book. And
Yeah, you have like outlines. If you buy that book,
practice exam.
that book would save you so much time rather than studying everything. That will show you what you need. Yeah, that will show you what you need, so you're not studying the whole.
My instructors are pretty good at knowing what's to be expected and how to quiz you and test you on questions that are going to be what boards are going to be.
They're just going to ask you like 20 questions that aren't going to be on there. They'll have a quiz that has.
I think that's kind of questions
kind of for that. Thanks for doing the interview. Taking the time. I didn't want to do it last week because you had a lot of studying and stuff to do, but.
I'm glad you remembered. I figured you'd just tell me when you did it because I would have not remembered. Can't remember. So many things consuming my brain in this program.
You have so many. Calendars. You have like the work calendar, and then you have your other one of classes, and you're
like mess up little things on accident. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, there's so much.
I know. I just gotta take my time.
Yeah.
Gotta do everything.
Everywhere. That's a problem for me. Taking my time.
Even like just doing things like scheduling patients, accidentally clicking 9 o'clock instead of 8. I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I thought you said 9. I look back, I'm like, yep, I did. Why would I say 9? Or I literally scheduled on someone, like, on a Saturday. I'm lucky that I figured that out before that Saturday that he showed up.
I was like, at WCTC.
I was like, well, I'm not even in school that day. I was like, what was I doing? I think I was writing it off to the side on the Friday, and I was just looking at the date, and
just little things like that.
Those things happen. But just because you don't even realize how much your brain is, like, overloaded. And you gotta just do things
Take things slow. Not try to rush through everything, but having you here prepares me more than anything else could. Because I would not know what to expect going into it. Like, you didn't know what to expect besides even just your friend telling you about it. Probably didn't tell you.
And it's flexible and that sounds great.
Oh, perfect. I'll do that. I'll just do this program and I'll be ready. But it's like,
I remember even just talking to my hygienist when I told him, like, oh yeah, how's the schooling? They're like, oh, it's the biggest pain of your life. It's gonna be terrible. It's the worst 2 years of your life. Yeah, but
2 years.
It's also gonna be the best, 50. I think, once you do it.
Sure.
You'll look back, I think, wow, look what I could do in 2 years. And I think that it's so nice we're so lucky with my class that they said we're the closest class they've ever seen, and how many years these instructors have been doing this.
Each other.
Being there for each other, and just someone to even talk to about it that knows. Like, because if I could sit here and complain to you or tell someone else, but no one gets it. Yeah. We can have each other.
When you're actually talking to someone in the class, they're like,
how we feel. Yeah. And we're very supportive of each other.
Yeah. I try to understand as much because I'll be going through it too, so I'll need just as much help.
Mm-hmm. You gotta hopefully get lucky because I know most of them are not.
Yeah.
They're very mean. Last year was very mean to each other, and they stole each other's patience. And
because you guys are there,
only 12.
I mean, you guys are all doing it together. It's not like a competition at that point. Like, it's not a competition between you guys. It's mostly you're working together. You're all trying to accomplish the same goal. So it's
sometimes you do have to choose yourself over others when it comes to, like, do I save this patient for next semester or do I give it to someone that needs it? I think if it came down to it at the end of the semester, if someone needed it to pass the semester, I'd give it to them. But right now, I'm going to hold on to a couple people that I could use next semester. People that I know.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even just random people. Like our aunt and our friend. Mm-hmm. Those are two that I'm considering saving.
Yeah.
Just because I have a hard time already.
Yeah. Anyway. Thanks for taking all the time and
you can ask me questions anytime. It doesn't have to just be now. Always ask me. I tell that with my mentee, because you get paired with a mentee, and you'd have, like, the mentor. So I'm a mentor right now.
Mm-hmm.
I tell her all the time. I ask her how she's doing, and I'd say, if you have questions, it even just feels like a dumb question, just ask, because I don't mind helping you.
Because you would have liked to help.
Yeah, I'd like to help. I hadn't asked for help.
Yeah.
I would probably have helped me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like they were as available to me, which I think had to do with how that class was, but I think we're very good with our mentees.
Because you know what you would want, you would have wanted that help, so why not offer it to someone else?
Very good people in my class.
Yeah.
Very good group of people. My class, our teachers love us as a class. they always tell us how much they love how close we are
Mm-hmm.
and helpful we are to each other.
That's good to have a class like that when you're going through all that
I
stuff.
think we can be disruptive sometimes because we're
So
friends
yeah.
now and we like to talk.
But you're learning together, and it helps having people to learn with you.
You get close with the instructors. I mean, those are, I feel like, becoming my friends too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that right after graduation, we'll be friends with them too.
Yeah.
You can't be friends with them on Facebook yet.
Not till after school's done.
Just recording it to leave.
I hope so. Yeah, an hour and 10 minutes.
It's a long time.
But
Bye.
bye.
The end.
Thank you for taking the interview
Mm-hmm.
and telling me all about this and helping me learn a lot about it, even
Mm-hmm.
not with just because of an interview. You tell me a lot of stuff other than this, but it's going to help me in the long run.
Yeah, it will. It'll help you.
Yeah, I'm excited, but
It'll be nice.
thanks.
You're welcome.